Welcome to the R2 Sports AI Automated Match Scheduler. In this demo, we'll go through a test tournament and schedule all the matches using the AI Automated Scheduler. The scheduling panel is laid out into different sections which we'll go through in this video. When the page first loads, it uses AI to plan the best time grid for division rounds. It doesn't actually set a specific match time. It just plans the grid, which is the day and the specific venue that a round of a division will be played on. We can quickly give it a shot and test the AI without adding any rules or any other modifications by clicking Schedule Planned. That's going to schedule all the matches and all the planned spots, which we'll go over in a minute. At this point, we could save changes and go view the brackets to see what we'd like, or we can reset, which we're going to do now, to continue further. Most of the time, directors are going to want to customize how the scheduler will lay out all the matches. The first recommended thing to do is to set the rules. Set rules by scrolling down and clicking the Add Rule link. Notice how in the Players Listed section, only one player has a time avoidance. This avoidance was during the registration when a player asked to not play during those times. So now when we add a rule, let's add a rule for gender. We're going to say all females. We don't want any female to play at the very start of the day until 10:30 a.m. on the first day. So we're going to load that and save it. The page is going to reload, and now if we scroll back down, we're going to notice how it's going to list the rule, and all the females are going to now have a time restriction from the start of the day till 10:30 a.m. that's in yellow. Next, we're going to learn how to schedule a match time manually. To select a match, in the Unscheduled Divisions panel, you can click on the match number, or you can scroll down in the Participants section, and you can click on the match number under the matches there. We're going to start by scrolling up, and we're going to click on the Women's Singles B first round match. We can see when we select it, the color coding is going to show the time conflict we set. They're not allowed to play until 10:30, and so the 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock up until 11 is booked. We can see the Four Seasons. It doesn't start till 10:30, so there's no yellow on that court grid yet. You can see the green slots. That's where it's currently, the AI is telling you it's the best place for it. But again, we can manually schedule it in any place that has a clock symbol. We could override the female restriction if we wanted to. And in this case, we're going to click on the first green one, and you'll see how the match is scheduled here. If we wanted to move it to a different court, we can easily click on a different court to move it. And then continue on, we can click on the next match, match number 7, and we can click it on the next spot, and then we can do match 6. We could choose to do it on the overbook if we wanted to. If we made a mistake, we can just click on another match. And that's how to easily manually schedule a match. If we want to move a scheduled match to another court, we can click on it on the grid and then simply click on another spot. Click on another match, simply move it to another spot. So really quick to manually schedule and use the color codings to see what times are good spots and what times are restricted. Now we're going to reset and learn about planning. AI is used to try to make the best plan for all the division rounds. You can see the plan matches in green. The rounds are planned, but actual individual matches aren't set on specific courts yet. In order to change the plan, you can use the drop-downs inside the Unscheduled Divisions panel. For example, if you want to move some matches to the Saturday 24-hour grid, since there's none there, you can use the drop-down and change those to Saturday 24 hours. And as we do, we can see some of the green planned moved over to the other place. Now we can say we want to move the planned from 24-hour Friday. Maybe there's too many. We'll switch those to 24-hour Saturday as well. And then now we have our plan. So now that looks like a well-balanced plan that the automated scheduler will have no problem with. AI is used to determine the best order the divisions rounds will be played in. It'll start with the higher rounds, the divisions with the most rounds, and end with all the finals. If you need to, you can customize and switch certain divisions coming out at different times. So for example, if we want the men's open to come out later, we could switch it with the men's open doubles so it would come out first. In the drop downs, it'll keep you from accidentally moving one round, say the quarterfinals, above the round of 16, because the quarterfinals must be played after the round of 16. For round robins, the order doesn't matter. And again, you can change the order from here the same way you could change it from over here. So for example, I'm going to change the 18 to a 17, and it's just basically going to switch the order of these two down here at the bottom. Next, we can set matches in a division being restricted to certain courts. For example, in the men's singles open in the first round, if we want to restrict it to courts 4 and 5, we can select courts 4 and 5 and click off of it, and we can see courts 4 and 5 are now restricted. And if we want all the rounds in the same division to be restricted on the same court, we can use the top drop down. And so we can say Saturday, 24 hours, we only want this to be played on court AA, and then you'll see we'll switch the ones that were only on Saturday to now schedule at AA. And now when we look at the matches individually, we'll see how the green spots will only be shown on courts 4 and 5, and on the other one we'll show how it's only going to be on court AA. Now that we have all the planning done and the customized rules set, it's time to let the automation work. If we want to schedule all the matches in a specific round, we can use the clock symbol within that round. So for example, the men's singles open round 4, which represents the round of 16, we're going to click on it, and you can see it scheduled it on courts 4 and 5 for that whole round. Then we can continue on to do the same thing, and you can see how it automatically knew some of the matches in the earlier rounds had to finish first, so it put those matches where they wouldn't conflict. And then we can continue on and click the other ones, and we can see how it's scheduled on AA at the other facility. That's one way to schedule. The next way to schedule is by the whole division at the same time. So for example, the women's singles B, we can click on the clock symbol next to the division code, and that's going to schedule all the matches at the designated planned time. We can also use, on the left side, in the planned panel, we can use the clock symbol and set that round all at the same time, and we can see how those matches would be set. And then finally, when we want to schedule all the remaining matches in the tournament, we would click Schedule Planned, and that's going to schedule the rest of them in the designated spots. And then don't forget to save changes, which will finalize everything. That concludes this demo. Thank you for watching.